caught my brother's voice at 3 in the morning. That is where it started, if it started anywhere. Not with a shape in the trees. With my brother Danny standing at my front door at 3:51 a.m., telling me he was cold, asking me to let him in. Danny lives in Tacoma, 2,000 miles from my porch. I watched the clip over breakfast, the way I watched all of them, and the first thing I felt was not fear, it was annoyance. I thought the app had glitched, pulled a voice off some other recording, and stitched it onto mine. I texted him the timestamp. "You sleepwalked to Ohio last night?" He sent back a laughing face. Then, a minute later, "Who is that at your door?" I had not told him there was anyone at my door. I had been in the house 6 weeks, the last one on Halloway Road, past where the county stops paying to light it, where the asphalt quits and goes to gravel. Behind the back fence, a tree line. Behind the tree line, nothing the map bothers to name, for 4 miles. I went looking for the quiet. Nobody put me out there. The cameras were my sister-in-law's idea. A doorbell unit on the front, 2 game cameras zip-tied to the back fence posts, the $40 kind hunters strapped to trees. When I set the doorbell up, I stood on my own step and talked into it, the way you do, testing the speaker. "Hey, it's me. Can you hear me?" The app played it back, tinny and small. My own voice on my own porch. I thought that was the whole magic of the thing. It asked for the microphone, the camera, the location. I tapped yes to all of it without reading, the way everyone taps yes. Then I built a ritual around it, the way you do living alone. Coffee, kitchen table, open the app, watch what moved while I slept. For a month, it was deer, a possum, a barn cat that wasn't mine. I learned my own land by its little gray thumbnails. The night before Danny's voice, the rhythm changed. There was a clip at 3:09 from the back left camera. The timestamp was the first thing that did not fit. Nothing triggers that camera at 3. The deer come at dusk. 11 seconds of tree line, infrared gray, and low at the bottom edge, where the grass meets the trees. Something pale held still, and then was not there. It did not walk off. The recording simply ended, and in the last frame, the pale thing was gone, as if the frame before it had lied. I told myself it was a deer lying down. It is not a deer lying down. That morning I needed it to be, so it was. The next night, the same minute, 3:09. The shape was at the fence now and upright, or folded in a way I had no posture for. By the 4th night, the camera had started catching sound it had no business catching. Those game cameras have a microphone the size of a grain of rice and a range of maybe 10 feet. The tree line is 40 feet out, but under the infrared hiss, there was breathing. Slow, even, the kind of even you have to do on purpose. 40 feet is too far for that microphone. So the breathing was not coming from the fence, which meant that while I watched the shape at the tree line, something closer was breathing into the camera. I found one post that night, a county forum, 7 years old, 2 replies, nobody caring. "Game cam by the shed got my dad's voice last night. Dad's been dead since 2019. I closed the laptop. I did not sleep. Danny's voice came on the sixth night, the front doorbell this time. 3:51 a.m. The porch light is off. I never wired it right, so it is all infrared. My door, the welcome mat my mother sent that I never use, and a figure just off the bottom of the step. Only the top of it in frame, saying in my brother's voice, in Danny's voice, the catch he has had since we were kids. Hey, it's me. I'm cold. Let me in. Then a tilted head. The way you do, listening for whether someone inside has woken up. I called Danny at 6. He answered, asleep, alive, 2,000 miles away with his own door locked. He had not called. He listened to the clip over the phone and went quiet. Then he said it. That's my voice, but that's not how I say it. I asked him what he meant. I'd say it's Danny. I wouldn't say it's me. Whoever that is doesn't know that yet. Interlude. Here's the rule, not the explanation. The rule. Do not answer it. Do not answer when it uses a voice you love. It used to have to come close to learn you. It had to stand in the tree line and be patient in person. And then we put cameras on the houses and aimed a microphone at the dark. And every night, while we slept, we recorded the lesson and saved it to a little glowing square we check over coffee. It does not have to come close anymore. We mail it the lesson. After the 6th night, the 309 clip stopped. I felt relief, which is its own kind of stupid. What had happened was worse. There is a wedge of the backyard between the two fence posts, where the motion zones do not overlap. A blind seam about 6 feet wide that I had never noticed because nothing had ever needed me to. The clip stopped because it had stopped walking where the cameras could watch it walk. It was using the seam. I knew because the doorbell kept giving me one clip a night, and in each one, the figure was a little more inside the good light, a little more whole, the voice a little more right. The 7th night it said, "Hey, it's Danny. I'm cold. Let me in." It had taken the correction. It had been listening on the phone. I stopped sleeping in the bedroom. I sat in the kitchen with the lights off and the app open. I know what people ask first. Why didn't I call someone? I had said the sentence out loud once to the dark kitchen. My security camera recorded my brother's voice, and my brother lives in Washington, and I heard how it sounded, and it was the only house I owned. I had nowhere to be that was not this. It came to the door on the 9th night while I was awake. I did not see it first. I heard the porch boards take weight, one and then the other, and the screen door ease against its latch, testing, and then 2 soft knocks, the friendly kind, and Danny's voice against the wood, closer than the camera had ever had it. "It's Danny. I'm cold. Let me in." I did not do anything. I have rehearsed since all the things a person does. I did none of them. My hand was on the table around my phone, and I could not make my fingers find the screen. My body had taken the decision away from me and decided that the safest amount to move was none. I sat in my own kitchen and listened to my brother's voice ask to come in, and I matched it against 30 years of him, and the only thing off was that it said, It's Danny now. Correct. Perfect. Because I had taught it that on the phone. It knocked and asked and waited 19 minutes. Then the porch gave the weight back, board, and it was gone before first light. The doorbell logged no motion that night, no person, no thumbnail. It had stayed under the line the camera watches the entire time. But the app keeps a second list further down that I had never opened. Sound events. And there, on the 9th night, was one entry, 19 minutes long. I played it. It is my empty porch. You can hear everything. You can see nothing. I packed the car the next morning. I was not going to spend a 10th night proving I could. While the coffee ran, my hand opened the app one more time, the way it finds a light switch in a house you have already left. There was a new alert at the top, not from the 9th night, and the app had labeled this one. It had never labeled any of the others. This one it called Person Detected. Under it, a timestamp it swore was 6 days old. The 3rd night, 3:51 a.m., and a note that it had only finished processing the clip just now. 6 days late. I tapped it. It is my porch. Infrared gray. My door, my unused mat, and a figure in full frame. Centered, close, comfortable, wearing my face. Not Danny's, mine. The slept-on hair, the way I stand with my weight on one leg, the jacket I had on that exact week. It looks up into the lens, the way I look at it every morning over coffee. And it says, in my voice, the voice I am using right now, "Hey, it's me. I'm cold." I was asleep at 3:51 on the 3rd night. My watch has the graph of it, the heart rate, the breathing, the whole boring proof of an unconscious man. I did not stand on my porch. It had Danny by the 9th night. It had me by the 3rd. It was never practicing him. I still have the clip. I could not tell you why I have not deleted it, except that deleting it feels like turning my back. And I learned on Halloway Road what you do not do with your back. So it rides in my pocket now, behind a piece of glass that asked me for the microphone and the camera, and I said yes. New town, no cameras, and every so often the phone surfaces an old memory. 1 year ago today, and I am afraid of the morning it surfaces that one. Somewhere new, over coffee, I will look down at my own face on the screen, and I will not be sure which one of us is the recording. He thinks he left it on Halloway Road. He left the house. The lesson came with him in his pocket. The most patient student it has ever had, and the microphone he already said yes to. We aimed the cameras at the dark to see what was out there. We did not think about what we were teaching it. Every night, in perfect infrared, for free. So here's the old rule, carried into the age of the glowing square. When the voice at the door is one you love, do not answer it. And when the voice at the door is your own, be very sure you are the one still standing inside. This is urban dread. The city never sleeps, and neither should you.